This is Andy's E46 M3, which has come into Redish Automotive for various items. One being the E46 subframe or rear axle carrier panel cracks. So we had a typical crack around the left front threaded mount receiver. There was another crack around the right front locator, and also from the spot weld, which commonly cracks. We had about 30mm going out in the horizontal section, about 20mm going out in the other direction, and then it was also lipping over the vertical section by about another 20mm. So those have been repaired and reinforced with our Redish Motorsport plates. Same for the left rear, typical crack again coming down on the fold of the floor, and then that's the right hand side there, right rear. And we've also noticed that there was two other spot welds which have popped and cracked, because we do a thorough check over of the entire floor. This one isn't so important because this is for a separate plate which just goes above this central chassis leg area. It's not actually a structural piece, but we replace it anyway. This one is very important because this is the very start line of 5 spot welds in a row here, which hold the actual axle carrier panel to the rest of the chassis, which is the area that you see from inside the boot. So we've drilled that out now. We're going to take the seam sealer off there. We just drill them out before taking the seam sealer off so that we can locate perfectly where the popped spot weld was, because it was a perfect corrosion mark in the sealer. We'll take that off now, plug weld or rosette weld those, and then we're ready to do some protection, get this car built back up. There's quite a few other things on this car as well which are going to be going on, which we'll document. One of them, Powerflex bushes. The old bushes were a little bit worn after 11 years, so we've replaced those subframe ones for Powerflex ones, as the customer requested. That's the rear axle on our jig. And we've also done Powerflex rear trailing arm bushes there. The cars also have an Aap front brakes, H&R roll bars, BMW Structural Foam, Hell brake lines. There's quite a few upgrades on this one, so we'll do some more documentation. We've applied our protection spray now, which is an etch primer with a zinc content, to the plates and any bare metal area that we worked on. And now we've also applied our Worth sprayable seam sealer, done a heavy bead all around the weld perimeter, and then also a light spray over the any bare metal areas, any areas that we've worked on. Here's the rear and the left rear, and then we also do up into the section where we do our stitch welding on the inner arch, and then also brush that to match the factory edges which are brushed, and also make sure that's all fully covering the edges. Same on the other side. There was a bit of corrosion creeping around on the edges, so we've just taken any loose debris off and just applied some more seam sealer for Andy. Here's just some of the bits that are going on to Andy's E46 M3. Aap Front Brake Kit, 355 by 32mm 6-pot brake kit, and which comes with pads, brake fluid, brackets, hoses, everything you need. H&R anti-roll bars, Hell brake lines, stainless ones for the rear, Rogue Engineering top mounts, performance friction, rear brake pads, Z rated, and then standard OEM calipers, which we've had powder coated red to match. So we finished up the repairs to Andy's E46 M3 now. We've had the repair reinforcement plates on our subframe for the E46, which had the typical cracks. We've repaired those and reinforced them with our Redish Motorsport plates. Powerflex subframe bushes, and also Powerflex rear trailing arm bushes. I've also installed H&R anti-roll bar kit. This is the rear one. Done Hell stainless braided lines, along with some BMW hardware brackets which are a bit corroded. And then we've done powder coating of the rear standard calipers, customer's request, because we've done AP reds on the front. The customer wanted red on the rear, so we've got all new BMW seal kit in there and dust kit, performance friction rear pads, new bleed nipples, caps, and spring clips are about to go on there as well to finish it off, and pad wear sensor. We've done new rear lower and outer ball joints and camber bolts, eccentric bolts and eccentric washers because they were corroded solid. It's the anti-roll bar, H&R roll bar for the front. We've unseized the tie rods, which are a bit corroded. Aap Front Brake Kit, 356mm with 6-pot calipers and braided lines. And we've also done the BMW Structural Foam into the cavities around the threaded mounts. We do that from inside the boot, just as a finishing repair in our process. And we've also done rogue engineering rear top mounts, which you might just be able to see up in the distance because the old rubber ones had separated. We've done a repair to the exhaust heat shield, which is very common on these M3s where the little studs snap off, leaves a hole in the exhaust, and it also rattles. So that's been 4 new studs been welded on with anti-vibration washers and nylock nuts, which are all sorted. There's had a new BMW brake pipe just going over the axle, which you can just about see in the distance, and full brake bleed with the AP 5.1 fluid and full wheel alignment. So we like to start off all our structural foam videos. We're just going to be structurally foaming this E46 M3. So whilst we're waiting for, whilst we're going to do the dead end blocks in the cavities to stop the foam flowing away from the mounts, we just get these warm before they go in the bath, which just helps them get up to temperature and flow better out of the gun. It's showing us 45.5 degrees. That's not ambient temperature. This is about 5 meters away from the space heater, so it's more localized heat. But it gets the cases nice and warm, and then they go into a bath at about 60 degrees so that they can flow a lot better. And this is the structural foam that we've just used on Andy's E46 M3. 4 kits in total, 2 for the left and 2 for the right. We've had the workshop up to temperature for quite a while. Just over 30 degrees. So that should start the curing process. E46 M3 work, all cleaned, road tested, APs on the front, inspection 2 done, and ready to go back to the customer.